Hey, good morning. I don't film at this pool on Thursdays. It's my first stop. I don't film because oftentimes the light is not very good. I think I've only done one video on this pool before, and that was good design always wins. And, I still stand behind that statement, and that these little kidney bean pools, this is kind of like stop number 2 on Tuesday, where it's just a little smaller. But yeah, I mean, it just, I need to do a filter clean here. There's a lot of organic material going on around here. So, and they also have little pee-pee kids too. So, but no one's swimming at this time of the year. The point is that, we're going to keep up on all the stuff. And they had 2 little dogs, and they're both elderly, and they lost one last week and or a week before. And man, my sympathy goes out. My life is dogs. So besides pools, that's why I work to support my corgi habit. But anyway, this pool still stays really clean just by itself. It's got a great design. The Hayward Aquanaut can work really great. Like I said, I'm going to come here and do a filter clean in the next week or so. Probably do it on an off day, so it won't be so cold. It's a little cold, a little warmer today. It's like 53 or 55 degrees in opposition to the high 30s, low 40s it's been in the morning. So, Poolman, let's pay attention to that temperature change. That's not really going to do anything to take away our oxidizer, our ORP, but it's still, we need to notice, the temperature change, and notice that it can make our pools act a little differently. Maybe mess with the salt levels and things like that. But anyway, that ficus tree is huge. There's the equipment back there. I'm going to go and do my thing and clean her up. Okay, I know I said I was going to do a filter clean here next week, but pool guys, are you ever working on a pool or say brushing it and you're just like, yeah, I should be doing a filter clean? It's up. The time is it's January, so it's time, and there isn't really any algae per se, but off all the flat surfaces, I'm brushing off that fine white film that kind of accumulates when just the surface hasn't been brushed by a nylon brush. So I'm going to take her apart here. I think they have a Pentair canister. I don't want to say which one because, I already learned my lesson on that one. Anyway, it's a Purex, and it has a backwash valve down there, which I think I'm just going to pop the top because it is time. No need to make this whole area a soggy mess. I'm just going to lead it here, and I'll do the filters. I'll do the filters out in front of the house here in the front yard, so we're going to go and do those. Yeah, lost your brother, huh? Drink up, my friend. Okay, let's get to work. When I do a filter clean, these are the tools that I bring along. This is the crappiest of guns, and I have a couple of pry bars. This is the thicker one, this is the thinner one. I'll tell you what, this is the greatest one. Guy working on my house, the carpenter, left it at my house. He never returned my phone call. Anyway, let's try to get this thing popped open. Okay, so the Purex has, this kind of You're supposed to put this hand tight, but believe me, I've tried to untighten this, and this is going to need some extra help. Yeah, that one is good and stuck. Okay, so it is like 7 o'clock in the morning, so I'm trying my best to not make the hugest of rackets. See, once again, we're going to use our pry bar, but when you stick your pry bar in here, there's probably a lot of pressure. Open the backwash valve. Maybe that'll alleviate some. There we go. So we don't want to rip rubber O-ring. I'll just put this thing right by it and check it. Yeah, it is definitely filter clean time. So I'll meet you out front. We'll get this done. All right. So for those of you, the uninitiated, if you will, this is what's called the backwash valve. This is one form of it. Use your foot on this one. So this is a little less convenient, but this is kind of the older style, and frankly, as old as this one is, and frankly, I'm surprised that it's still here. So usually they're broken off, and that's when it's time to replace the filter canister. But let me get the rest of the mung out of the bottom here by using the backwash valve and getting it super clean. Okay, good times. This is the type of stuff I gotta show you guys. So older pool, of course, but so our backwash valve is vented out here, right? This pipe that we see that has the irrigation valve, and it's open, but it's going at, a grade uphill. So when I squirt this out, it ain't going anywhere. So that's not good. That means I gotta run the pump to make this one effective. So that's probably one of the reasons why, well, this one was just poorly installed, and if I were to take the time to shorten that pipe, maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation. But the point is that you see all kinds of things, and look, that thing's going uphill, and yeah, it works if and only if the pump is running. Okay, I know that it's older technology, and some of you pool builder people are looking for the state-of-the-art type of stuff, but let me just say this: give me cartridge. You can take your cartridge filters and throw them in the trash. Give me grids every day. Look how that cleans up, and look at the surface area. I'm sure there's plenty of people who would argue to me that the cartridge filters are where it's at, because you don't have to use any DE. There's actually cartridge filters that I just did the other day that has DE, a quad DE. But I'm telling you, these things, they come so much cleaner than, take a look at this, and like 40 seconds, this is it. Now, maybe it's more difficult to put back together, but if you're experienced, it's not a big deal. All right, that's one whole grid done in real time, right? Start to finish. You got 8 of these, and I'd have these any day of the week over a cartridge filter. So you want to get into the glamorous world of swimming pools. Well, here is what you should be looking forward to. So I'm going to put this back in the grid bottom. Doesn't come out here. It's actually screwed in with this large screw here in the middle, so it does not come out. So actually simplifies things. You just put all the grids back, and I'll come back when I have the top on. It just takes time and patience. There's really not a whole lot of trick to it. Just the more you do it, the quicker you'll get done. That's hilarious. I have never put one back this quick. Anyway, you just put it on top, and then all these little grooves are going to go in between the grids. It's really simple. It's no big deal. And now we take our wing nut and we'll just put that back on. Okay, so now we're gonna put our top back on with our O-ring, which will be lubed up with silicone, and then we'll put our band back. Okay, so our backwash valve is open, and this is where it comes out, right? I can't even stick a hose on this thing. And you know, I'm going to talk to the homeowner about maybe changing this, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to burp it. All right, there's some stuff in the bottom here. Now I've already kind of done that, so that water's nice and clear looking. Okay, so I'm going to close that valve first, which I absolutely hate those irrigation valves. And then I'm going to walk over here, and I'm going to use my foot, because that's how you do this thing. So it's supposed to be done with the foot. And then you just press it over there. So I got my stretching and my yoga in right there. And make sure it's all the way over here. Yes, okay, right there. I feel good about that. So now we can run quick clean, reprime this pool. Okay, no leaks, no leaks. Okay. Now this, the pressure release valve here on the Purex doesn't have any sort of indicators like, you know, some of the other ones do. But like I said, I just do this by time, right? Every 3 months, filter clean. 4 months, maybe we'll push it if it's a pool that doesn't get used a whole lot. But yeah, so I have a couple of egg timers on this program for this exact reason. Like, that if I get here and I'm before 9 a.m., which I always am here at this pool, I will set the filter pump once, and that turns on a 2-hour egg timer. So now it is 10 after 8 a.m. The pump's not supposed to be coming on until 9. Okay, so I got the DE bucket here, and the filter canister says 6 pounds of DE. So one of these guys right here, this is 2 pounds, right? So I'm going to just add it right here to the skimmer. 3 cupfuls. Okay, 3 cupfuls of DE is what this pool needs. Okay, so we're out of here. Filter clean completed, and look at this. This pool runs at 2,400 RPMs. Super slow. Look at that spillover. I love it. Look at it, 2,400. It's jumping off the side there. Our Hayward Aquanaut 400 is just doing his thing at 2,400 RPMs. He's doing great. He'll ramp up to 2,650 for a couple hours during the day. But I mean, once again, the proof is in the pool. Hey there, this is our Hayward Aquanaut 450 four-wheeler. The grotto pool, I think we'll call it. Yeah, this is a Jandy pool. And it's funny, when I took this pool over, the spa was like always super cloudy, and the more Jandy pools I do, the more I see how they're plumbed, in the sense that even though the pump is running, and this pool is like this, just because the pump is running does not mean that the spillway is going to take place. So anyway, let's start this pool up. It keeps really clean itself. Not much use here. These are grandparents, and this pool only gets used partially during the year, you know. So here's our Jandy equipment. They have a Aqua Pure salt cell along with the Aqua Link here. So let's put this in service mode, and we'll run the pump. Okay, so you know, this pool, I love it. It really takes care of itself. It's a very well engineered pool, and so all I do is kind of guide pools, you know. But just on this is one thing I wanted to talk to you about, and this is something I only find with Jandy pools, and this is a Jandy pool, is notice right now, obviously the pump is running. We're in service mode, so we're running at 3450, and which is the highest any pump will go, and our spillover is not going anywhere. Okay, right now, does that mean that there's no return going on to this pool? I'm not really sure, but what I've done to combat this and make sure that this water is never stale, as it were, or, you know, lacking chemicals or something like that, one of the things that I've done is I've done a spillway, not to be confused with spillover. In the Jandy world, those two things are different things. So a spillway and a spillover, as far as the Aqua Link system is concerned, those things are different. And so right here, this is what I'm speaking to, is we're full on high RPMs here, and there's no spillover going here. Now, I have many other Jandy pools, and you know, some brand new, and none of them do that, in the sense that if I run that pump, any of those pumps at 3450, that spillover is going to be jumping off there. So we don't see any of that right now. And so like I said, I've put a spillway program in, and that helps combat that. But it comes on right away at 9 a.m. when the pump comes on. So I do that for, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes, and then it goes to just normal operation. But yeah, you know, funny little thing you got to do to make sure, it's kind of like burping the spa, is making sure that the old water that's been sitting there from 4 in the afternoon till 9 in the morning gets circulated again, because for this pool, it's not doing that. All right, back here at the pool only. Yeah, it was a little bit thrashed for this pool. This pool stays really clean, but we got this stuff, whatever these are, and then probably these as well, because they're all right here, and that's what I just picked up in here. So anyway, you know, I firmly believe that taking care of pools is much more about taking care of the water chemistry and the filtration capabilities of the pool, rather than say how much junk is in the pool. Let's be real, I'm only here half an hour a week at the most, more likely about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, we had a Santa Ana this morning, and that's why there's as much as there is. And all of this right here, these are the culprits here. This is what's going to be ending up in the pool. But when I take on a pool, I explain to people that first off, I make sure to create realistic expectations. If I come in someone's backyard and I see that there's all these trees back here, I'm gonna look them straight in the eye and go, you know that like 10 minutes after I leave here, all of my work could be negated, right? Okay, so any monkey can pick up stuff with a net out of a pool. The real key to keeping pools crystal clear is making sure that you run the pump, making sure first off that the filter media is clean, because if it's not clean, doesn't matter how much chlorine you're gonna put in it, you're still gonna have a green pool. I love this pool. It's got a great little dog here, kind of a boxer mix. She's super sweet, and just like the homeowner, super sweet as well. Okay, back here at the Big Fatty, and has it healed itself? Not entirely, but it's looking much better. I'm sure any viewer could agree that, yeah, this is looking way better. And look, there's evidence of diatomaceous earth. My homeowner does the filter cleans here. I mean, I'm more than happy to do them, but he likes doing them because then he knows, not that he doesn't trust me, maybe he doesn't, I don't know, but he likes to do them. He insists on doing them, and frankly, he didn't do one last summer, and the pool almost turned green, and I did a emergency filter clean and I saved it. So my homeowner realizes the importance of the filter clean. He's seen the results that it can achieve, so maybe that's why he likes doing them, but frankly, I appreciate it. So he did say that our side suction pool cleaner is not really feeling it. He calls this guy the Pentair Rebel, he calls him Wheels, and he says Wheels is not really doing his thing. So I think that he's probably fine, and that maybe he has ingested a rodent or something like that. Hey, that's the reality. So let's check it out, and we'll get him back working again. I know this Pentair Rebel works great. Hey, good news here. We're back at the Big Fatty, as if you could not tell, and check out what has happened. Yeah, so like I said, homeowner has done another filter clean since I did one, or he did one 2 weeks ago. He did one last week, or a couple days ago, and one of the viewers mentioned, like, hey, how come you don't put two filters in tandem? And well, this is pretty much why. I just did a waterway filter clean. Posting the other day was for a waterway filter and how to do that. And this one has waterway, like maybe you've noticed or not, but yeah, homeowner said that the Pentair Rebel was on its last leg and not working, and oh, come on, he's going to be working for trouble-free for a couple more years. There's some stuff at the bottom, but he's going to get it. But yeah, anyway, one 65,000 gallon pool, one filter for one huge pool, and I don't know, you guys tell me. Pretty crystal clear to me. Okay, so we're here in our little cluster. This is our first of 3 pools from same manufacturer or same builder. All Jandy pools, and all beautiful, beautiful interior finish. All Zodiac MX6s, and yeah, they're all crystal clear. Really beautiful pools. Only thing in here is inflatable ducks and water weenies. So I'm gonna clean it up and move on to the next one. New pools, they should be solid state, take care of themselves. I've actually run into a lot of people who don't even call me until they've had their pool for like 6 months. I've had somebody just recently call me. They've had it for a year, and there was like one filter clean done in that year, and the pool was green, and that's why I got called in. So let me just tell you, you builders, give a guy like me a call. And when you're talking about who you're going to call, let's talk about who you want to employ. If you want a big company, and you know they have 300 accounts and they have 6 or 7 guys working, and you don't have the owner of the company doing the work, there's nothing wrong with that per se. But I just kind of feel a young man or woman who's working for, say, $12 a pool, because that's kind of an industry standard, or around $18 to $21 an hour. Now, maybe take it easy. You know, maybe in this post-COVID world here, you know, you guys are getting 24 an hour or something like that, and that is awesome, because you know, if you do 2 pools an hour, you know, at $12 a stop, that's $24 an hour. And I feel that that is for someone who knows what they're doing. There's people out there who don't know what they're doing, and they can damage your investment, and you don't want that. So what I would recommend you do is don't call Yelp. I have had really bad experiences with Yelp. So let me just say, find somebody, interview them. If you feel that they're trustworthy, if they have references, let them work for you for a month, and no strings attached. If you don't get a good feeling about the guy, then don't hire him or her. Okay, so I'm a small guy. I have 25 accounts. I live and breathe with all of my accounts. If this pool or any of my pools is not sparkling clean, I'm gonna be here until it is. And whether I have to have multiple visits or anything, I do what I gotta do. Now, if that's the kind of person that you want working for you, then hire an independent guy like me. But just know that the implications are, when you hire a big company that has a lot of kids working for them, or even some old guys like me, I don't know, wouldn't you want the owner of the company doing it for you? Now, I'm not trying to take money or bread out of anybody's mouth, you know. I've worked for companies like that. And what I found is that when you have a guy who's working for hourly or per pool, and you need a pool RX or you need a filter clean, there's this chain of command. Oh, he's got to ask his boss, and then his boss has got to call you. Now, if you're just a results person who just wants a crystal clean pool, let a guy like me do it. And you don't need to tell him like, okay, it's okay for you to do that. I'm never gonna rip you off. I'm always gonna treat you like you're my family, and you're always gonna pay the lowest price. That's what I'm gonna do for you. That's my expertise, my experience. I'm gonna make sure that no one rips you off. Oh, great, all this horsehair is gonna be going in the pool with these Santa Anas. But anyway, I'm ranting right now. I've told you when I started this channel that I was going to give you some eye-opening insights to the swimming pool industry, and that's one of them right there, is that when you have a big company working for you, those are the implications. You have some kid working for you, he doesn't maybe know what he's doing, God bless him, but anyway, your investment deserves the best, doesn't it? I think it does. Okay, we're out of here, but you know, the first stop of the day was at Jandy Pool. Different builder, but and this pool I believe runs at, say, I don't know, 2,700, maybe less, 2,650. Now look at that spillway. We're in pool mode, pool suction, pool return. Look at that spillway. Okay, so you can tell, unlike the the other pool from this morning, there's return coming right here from these two jets, right? There's some return. That's the way the pool was plumbed. It was plumbed to do this. When you're in spa, when you're in pool mode, pool suction, pool return, this is supposed to happen. Now, if we were to turn it down to say 2,400 RPMs, obviously the spillway would be less. And once again, remember, Jandy people, Aqualink people, remember that a spillway is different than a spillover. I'm not actually sure what Jandy thinks the difference is, but it has been my experience that this right here we're seeing is what they would classify when you're doing a startup, right? When you're starting up the pool for its initial first time. This is called a spillway when you're programming the pool. So when you have that remote or you have that app that you're running on your phone, the spillway will be, you push a button for that and boom, there it goes. The spillover might be something with maybe the spa is on the same grade. So I don't know, difference between a spillway and a spillover. Comment below if you have anything to add. I'd really like to hear what you have to say. All right, pool 2 of 3 here in this cul-de-sac. Once again, Jandy Zodiac MX6 cleaner. And once again, we have 2 spillways on this pool, and check them both out. They're both off of the tile right here. So you can see this one. Actually, it's kind of touching, but I think the RPM is good. The Zodiac is in a rare moment of being hung upness. But once again, crystal clear water. I mean, brand new pool. Okay, so it's like 5 months old. There should be no problems with this pool. I don't even think it's 5 months old. I think it's more like 2 months or 3 months old. But we're gonna do a filter clean here soon. Never had one done so far, which that's perfectly fine. But cartridge filter, all with Jandy, no DE, and that's for sure. Okay, we are out of here. The Zodiac MX6 here thinks it's a robotic pool cleaner. Look at that, straight up and down wall. It's sucked to the wall, rolls over the swim jet, and only then gets dislodged. I'm telling you, I like the others, I like the Haywards, I like the Pentaires, but this Zodiac is actually quite nice. Look at it. It's gonna jump out of the pool. You know, you're not a robot. Okay, we're back here. Number 3 of 3 here on the cul-de-sac. Same builder. This is a rectangular pool. And here's our spillway. Again, it's jumping off. This pool runs at 2650, so that's a really nice amount of spillway, pool suction, pool return, but we're still gonna have the spillway. This builder gets it. I'm gonna clean her up and move on. After this, we got 2 more. So I get to my first pool ever today, and the Pentaire Rebel was breaching coming out of the water, and he has sucked a bunch of air, but so he's not working right now. But look at this pool. We've done our filter clean on the Quad DE. Look at this water. It's gorgeous. Pools are designed to keep themselves clean. You just got to make sure that your filter media is clean. Once you do that, you're in Lake Flynn. Okay, last pool of the day on Thursday, and here we are at the swim up bar. And you know, there's a lot of pollen on the surface. But the Pantera Rebel is stuck on one of the main drains, which, yeah, I guess that's something that happens in every now and then. Anyway, that's kind of a bummer, but it happens. But I mean, I don't know if you guys are familiar with what a Santa Ana wind is, but yeah, we're about ready to have them. And the ones that they say were going to happen in 2 days is here today, and showed up early. That's fine, no problem. Look how good this pool holds water. It was pretty high last week because of all the rain. We've got no more rain, but look, it's exactly the same level as it was last week. Not a problem. I don't know. Is the Pantera Rebel gonna free itself? Maybe. We'll see. We'll come back when I've got it cleaned up. Okay, Santa Ana winds often mean pool's getting dirty while I'm cleaning it, and that's kind of one of my well, when that's happening, it's time to you know, unless the pool's still filthy, it's time to go. I've got the pool clean, but you know, as I'm sitting here, I waited till the wind died down because I know you guys don't want to listen to a bunch of wind noise. But yeah, she cleaned up okay, but God, there's so much pollen here. We're kind of up on a hill, and I mean, you can see Old Glory is flying. We're probably going from 20 to 30 mile an hour winds this afternoon, and that's okay. That's why we come once a week. Hey guys, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this. You know, I'm just some guy, but I'm really having a good time showing you guys what's up, and I appreciate the things that you guys have said to me, setting me straight. I mean, I'm still pretty embarrassed about calling that quad DE a clean and clear. Now, maybe I'm being too hard on myself, but if I'm not going to be hard on myself, who would be, right? So, I mean, I'm my own boss, and I'm going to be as hard as I am on myself, and that's why I get results. But this is not patting myself on the back. This is just a simple formula. If you do this, you're gonna have an awesome pool, just like all my customers. No one complains at me. I mean, maybe some bad breath or body odor, but there's no one complaining, all right? And everyone has crystal clear pools, even after they go green. It takes a little time, but we get them all back.